An update on RV pricing and sales. The UAW strike has ended, some changes to EV futures, and more. It's time for the latest in RV and camping news. I'm Jason Epperson. This is RV Miles. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for being here. I hope you are all getting through this cold snap that has sort of bit the nation. I think every state in the nation except Florida had freezing temperatures over Halloween. We certainly did. I'm in sweaters now. I love that, but it's been cold and gloomy, and we finally bit the bullet and winterized. So whether you have winterized or whether you haven't, I want to give you a couple quick tips. Make sure to pull all the batteries out of your little remotes and things like that so they don't corrode over the winter. Make sure to leave your refrigerator door open if it's not running. Otherwise, it will smell in the spring. And don't forget about putting antifreeze down your drain traps. Whether you use the pink stuff or compressed air to blow out all the lines, you do still want to put antifreeze in the traps so they don't freeze. All right, let's get into the news. RV prices seem to be going down a bit. They have been over the course of this year. We all know the RV industry is softening. There are definitely more deals to be had out there as inventory has returned to normal levels. Auction values between May and September dropped about $1,200 for towables and $12,000 for motorhomes. But guess what? People are actually paying more at dealerships, according to IDS, which is a company that provides dealer management software. So this is data really straight from the horse's mouth. The average RV sale at a dealership went up from about $52,000 in May to over $55,000 in September. Now, does that mean prices are higher? Well, not necessarily. It could just mean people are buying more expensive RVs. The average down payment went up about $1,000, while the average interest rate jumped from 9.61 to 9.94. Thankfully, the average term dropped from 192 to 182 months. Those are really long loan terms. 62% of RVs were financed in September, 42% of buyers bought a service contract, and 7 out of 10 RVs sold were new units. The RV Industry Association found that total RV shipments, the number of RVs actually produced, ended the month of September with 24,700 units. That's a decrease of 12.9% over September of 2022. To date, RV shipments are down about 42.8% on the year. Towable RVs ended the month down 7.6% from last September, but motorhomes finished the month down 36.6%. In our last report, we shared that the United Auto Workers had reached a deal with Ford. Well, that deal put pressure on Stellantis and GM, and now both have struck a deal with the UAW, and the strike will come to a close. The deals still need to be ratified by the 146,000 UAW members at all three companies. Meanwhile, Ford has announced that it is postponing about $12 billion in planned electric vehicle investments as EV demand drops after seeing a recent peak. Ford will instead push harder on fixing the company's cost and quality problems, their words, not mine, according to a report from Industry Week. President and CEO Jim Farley and CFO John Lawler said they are looking to match the company's large spending on EV capacity with a market that has become, quote, more challenging than expected. In significant part because some consumers are balking at the higher prices many manufacturers are demanding for EVs, even though EVs don't cost that much more to make. Ford will slow the production of the Mustang Mach-E. Again, I just think that was just a huge mistake that we're going to make the Mustang an EV, but it's not going to look like a Mustang anymore. They're going to delay the construction of a second Blue Oval SK battery plant in Kentucky, and they're going to study how and whether they will move ahead at all with the $3.5 billion Blue Oval Battery Park Michigan plant. Regardless of what you think about EVs, I think the real issue here is that the big three just haven't been able to figure out how to make EVs profitable without charging the consumer an arm and a leg. The Tesla Model 3 is one of the most profitable cars in the world, and as a Tesla owner, I can say that Tesla has figured out so much about EVs that the big three are just way behind on, especially the charging network. Taking a road trip in an EV is a nightmare right now, unless you're a Tesla owner, where it's a breeze. More in a moment, but first, this video is sponsored by RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding, where you can get a real mattress from a real mattress company to replace the piece of spun plastic your RV manufacturer provided. You can get odd sizes and thicknesses to fit your slimmer bunks. You can get RV length queen and king beds, and they can ship them right to you in a matter of days. even to a campground. And now is a great time to buy because they're having their biggest sale of the year. You can always visit rvmattress.com/rvmiles to enjoy an exclusive 25% off discount on your mattress with the code RVMiles. But make sure to explore all their outstanding sales throughout the month of November, which reach up to 30% off. Don't miss this chance to enhance your sleep quality. Visit rvmattress.com/rvmiles today. And remember, once November is over, so are these incredible deals. Ground was broken on Monday for a campground with 750 RV spaces and 300 cabins. That's huge. The first phase in that $2 billion theme park coming to the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. Three Ponies RV Park and Campground will be the largest campground in the central U.S. and is a part of the American Heartland Theme Park Resort, a 1,000-acre development with a 125-acre theme park, which is comparable to the size of Disneyland. We've mentioned it before, but the park will feature an Americana-themed environment with a variety of rides, live shows, family attractions, and waterways, as well as restaurant-quality food and beverage offerings. There's also going to be a 300-room hotel and an indoor water park. The developer is American Heartland, an affiliate of Branson, Missouri-based Mansion Entertainment Group, LLC.
We open next year, 2025 here, and then just next door across the road here, we're gonna open that theme park in 2026.
Groundbreaking for the theme park itself will likely be held next year in late spring or early summer. And speaking of theme parks and Disney and very, very large campgrounds, the cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness Campground have started to be removed to make way for the new Disney Vacation Club cabins coming in 2024. DVC is sort of Disney's version of a timeshare. More than 350 new cabins will replace those existing at the resort, according to an announcement from back in the spring. Walt Disney World News Today spotted the first removals recently. The new cabins are projected to open next year and will be the 17th DVC resort once the update is complete. The cabins are much more modern looking with still a bit of an eye for the natural setting. Each standalone cabin sleeps up to 6 adults, which is one of the few places that can accommodate that many people on Disney property. A select number of cabins are also expected to be dog-friendly. The cabins are part of a larger update to Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground, which also includes a recent refurbishment of Trails End Restaurant, which is no longer a sit-down restaurant, it's now quick service, and Crockett's Tavern. Quick overview of fuel prices. A gallon of regular gas is down 35 cents over the last month, with Texas and Georgia essentially tied for the lowest prices in the nation at $2.94. Of course, as always, the West is much higher, with 5 states still in the $4.50 range, and California topping out the nation as usual with an average of $5.23. Nationwide, diesel has dropped only 9 cents in the last month to $4.45, with many of the southern states under the $3 mark and the western states around the $5 to $5.50 mark, topping out in California again at $6.10. That's it for this week's RV and Camping News Roundup. Thanks a lot for being here, and we hope you'll hit the subscribe button to get more videos like this. Hit the like button if you got something out of this video. It really helps the algorithm show it to more people, but what helps more than anything is your comment below. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this week's stories in the comment section, and again, we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.